In this video, we're going to take a look at our new project estimate plugin for Planswift. We talk with a lot of customers and get a lot of phone calls and a lot of feedback that one of the biggest challenges that companies are facing is getting bids out the door. So we've created a plugin here that is specifically for generating detailed estimates right out of Planswift. The plugin is organized in CSI format. That can be changed if the user wants to change it. As a matter of fact, pretty much everything in this plugin is completely customizable by the user. So we're in the templates tab here, and you can see that we've got our assembly groups in folders here organized by divisions in CSI format. This plugin will work perfectly for any company that needs to be able to import a set of plans, do takeoff, and generate a detailed estimate. It doesn't matter whether you're a GC, subcontractor, project manager, or a developer, specialty contractor. What you'll find as we get into this is all of the assemblies are completely customizable so that you can change them to fit exactly the way you need to bid your projects. So as we go down through here, Division 1 general requirements, you'll see that we have some assemblies that we've created here just to kind of give you an idea of some of the costs, that go into each division. You'll also notice that inside of each division folder, we also have a subfolder that's called Create Your Own Assemblies, where you can very easily just copy these different types of assemblies that we have, takeoff assemblies, paste them into your division folder, and create your own custom assembly. You can also launch these assemblies from the templates tab. You can make any changes that you want to make. You can basically just rename the item, put in your cost, and the report is organized with by group and by subgroup. So when you launch an assembly, you can make that selection for group or subgroup here. So you could very easily take an assembly from Division 1, paste it down into Division 5, and then you could just change the division in the drop down to Division 5. So it's extremely flexible. We go to the List tab. Part of the plugin is the GC estimate lists, and it basically just comes with two lists. You've got your main report group list, which you'll see is CSI format, which is the way that we've set it up. Again, you could completely redo this. You can click into the list here and modify this any way that you want. So even though we've organized this by CSI format, if you wanted to organize your system in a different way, you could definitely do that. It also allows grouping under a subgroup in the report. So if you have multiple buildings or you want to break out and organize sort of subgroups underneath each report group or division, this is where you would come to add that. So those are the only two lists. Other than that, everything is changed right here in the assembly. So any change that you make or any custom assemblies that you make here in the templates tab basically save as default. So as you go through and set up your own custom assemblies, you launch it. Again, as long as you're doing this in the templates tab, it's going to save. You can go in and put in whatever your cost is, and it's going to save that cost. So you look at this as sort of your starting point for all the assemblies that you need to do your takeoff for your estimates, and you modify and customize these assemblies as you need, and basically have your own library of assemblies that already have all of your pricing input in. So just to take a quick look through the divisions here, Division 2 site construction, we basically have takeoff assemblies for pretty much any way that you would need to measure an item in the job. You know, we have area takeoff, we have cubic yard. We also have a linear assembly that calculates cubic yards. For site construction would be like for tunneling excavation. Concrete, we have a variety of assemblies as well. If you want to price your slabs per square foot, per cubic yard, footings per linear foot per cubic yard. It also does columns, square and round per cubic yard. So, and again, as we get into each division, you can see that you've sort of got your core assemblies here that you can use to copy, paste, create your own assemblies. So working our way on through, we have masonry, metals, wood and plastics, and so on. So another thing that you can do is down at the bottom here we have a folder called Custom Assemblies. So let's say you want to create your own custom assemblies that may include items from multiple divisions. Like for example, I've created one here that is an exterior wall assembly that includes framing, insulation, sheetrock, paint, baseboard. So if we launch this, again, it's just the linear assembly, whatever that assembly cost per linear foot is, whether you want to, you know, use your own costs from previous projects, cost data that you have from your own projects, or whether you want to use something like RS Means or cost book to go in and get assembly pricing for that type of assembly. You can create the assemblies that you need, plug that price in per linear foot, and again, it's gonna save here in your project estimate assemblies. So let's go to the home page here. I've got a plan pulled in. I'm just going to do a little bit of takeoff and show you what it looks like and how the reports work. So let's say we've got, I'm just going to launch an assembly here, exterior wall framing per foot. So let's say my price for that is $1.50 per linear foot. And we've already got our report group, and this is the report subgroup again. This could be level 1, level 2, level 3, building 1, you know, however you want to group that. So I'm just going to click OK, do a little bit of takeoff. Okay. And then let's say we've got some stair framing that we want to do. $500 each. Okay, and then let's just say we want to add some general requirements like, I don't know, permit fees. Let's say that's $1,500. Click OK. And on these per each item assemblies, something like permit fees, where you just have a lump sum or a one-time price, you just click one time on the page somewhere and it adds it to the project. So let's say we added permit fees. Let's add a portable toilet for the duration of the project. We'll say that's $1,000. Click OK, and again, just click somewhere on the page. And then also another thing that that you'll notice is for each division we have an add lump sum item or bid. So this plugin allows you to add any type of cost that you need to the project, whether it's you self-perform the work, or whether a lot of companies will self-perform a percentage of the work and then subcontract part of it. So let's say you subcontract your concrete and you want to just add your bid from your subcontractor to the project. So you could launch this and just say concrete, subcontract, and let's just say it's $25,000 for the project. And again, click OK. Click one time anywhere on any page in the job to add it to the project. So we've added a few items here on this page. I'm going to click over to the report. If we go to the reports tab and click on the GC estimate report, you'll see how the report is going to build for you. So as you're doing your takeoff, the report is going to generate each line item that you've added with your cost. And again, it's grouping under the division since that's how we have it set up. And then the subgroup of your building, which is just kind of by default what was selected for each assembly. So you can see how each assembly that we did take off with just a few minutes ago, it's grouping it by division, subgroup again, and it's giving you the line item with the cost. It's giving you the individual or the unit cost and the extended cost. And you'll notice that it's also giving you a subtotal by division. And then as we scroll down towards the bottom, you can see where it's giving you your subtotal for the project that that for the takeoff that's been done so far. Whenever you set up a new project with the plugin installed, you're going to be prompted to enter a profit percentage or a markup percentage. So that can be individually entered per each job that you set up. So, and optionally, if you don't want to use that, you can just leave it at 0. But it's going to take your subtotal for the project, add your overhead and profit, and give you your estimate total. So if we add more items, let's say we want to go to doors and windows and just add some windows. Let's say they're $300 a piece. Again, we go through and do our takeoff. Go back and look at our reports, and we'll see now that we've added, we've done some takeoff, we've added division 8. It automatically includes it in the report here. So you can see how your report is just going to build and be generated as you do your takeoff.